Welcome to the Namm Show 2025, boys and girls, and welcome to the video that will show you the most amazing and sexy gear of the show. There's a lot to check out, new guitar amps, new guitar speakers and pedals, but also a lot of new studio gear and microphones. Use the chapters below to navigate through the video. Let's have some fun together in Anaheim. Here we go at Namm. I'm here with Steph at the Marshall booth, and Marshall are releasing a new JZM 800. How cool is that? A modified version. What does that mean?
It means we've taken a stock 2203 and we have added some additional mods to it so that we can really make it more versatile and give it more. A lot of people love the sound of an 800.
Who doesn't?
Well, but I think a lot of people don't understand that the sound of an 800 that they love from all of the records normally has pedals in front of it.
No,
so when some people play one, they're like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. So, intro to the 2203 modified. We've added 3 mods to the 2203. And let's start with the clipping mod first. There is 2 clipping modes in the 2203 that we've added. So there is a traditional clip mode, which basically just pushes it a bit more, gives you more distortion.
Additional clipping to the preamp gain.
To the preamp. Okay. And then the second one is a gain and clipping mod. So
nice.
It's more and more.
Nice.
What we've done.
So for metal people like me, that's just...
This is your guy.
Okay, this is my guy. Okay.
So then what we've also added to it is for the metal players in you, we've added a tight switch.
Oh.
So that you can take
low end cut
some of that low end cut off so that you can tighten up that low end and make it work. And then for the lead solo guys out there, mid shift just pushes that mid forward a little bit as well.
Nice.
So all of the mods are switchable on or off. So if you love the sound of an 800 and that's your jam, this does that.
That sounds exactly like the 800 that I need for the studio.
That's it. For me, from a studio point of view, these amps are perfect because if you love a 59, 59 is the same thing. It's a stock 59, it's a stock 800. With the mods, you've got more and more and more.
More is more.
More is more.
I'll check it out. Thank you. I am at the Audix booth, and I'm here to announce that my favorite kick drum microphone just got better. Or at least it got more versatile, because you've got a lovely little switch here that basically adjusts the mid-cut of the D6. I mean, I love how it sounds, but yeah, sometimes maybe you don't want to have that super scooped sound, and now you can actually adjust that mid-filter and go back to something like this, which they say sounds a little more Beta 52-ish, a little more natural, and to something that is actually pretty close to linear, so to say. So I guess this just makes the D6 less of a one-trick pony. This is a D6X, 3 switchable modes. Good idea, I'll check it out. Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you, brother.
Are you filming here or just checking out new stuff?
A little bit of both. Not filming too much.
Okay, got some good tips for me that I can steal? Any cool stuff coming out?
Sure.
Sure. Thank you very much.
There's the guy with the revolutionary picks.
I have my own mic, by the way. You don't have to do that.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it's like 2 channels. It's very modern, you know. You see that, right?
Oh, it's one of these. Okay, cool. But see the DJI mics? Those are really cool too.
Do you like? I got that shirt too. Those are great mics.
Oh, I fucking love. I've got the stereo ribbon. Holy shit.
R88.
Fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go check out AEA. They're spectacular mics.
I just went there 2 days ago. Have you been to Pasadena to the
No, I haven't
workshop?
yet. I do want to go at some point.
It's cool. Cool people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know, they're great. But yeah. What else is cool?
Check out my guitar speaker with Eminence.
I want to, yes, you son of a bitch.
Huh? Are you jealous?
Motherfucker got his own guitar speaker. How the fuck? Yeah, I think I does all the speaker videos. You get the fucking guitar speaker.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. We are here at the Orange Amps booth, and they are releasing a bunch of new amps, a new range of affordable solid state amps coming from Orange. And you've got 3 versions. There's like one version with only a clean channel and like a classic gain AC/DC kind of channel. There's another one with a clean channel and a high gain channel. And then there's even another one with a very versatile channel from clean to high gain and another high gain channel. 100 watts solid state power. One thing that is very special is that the clean channel has a compressor built in, which I think is quite smart. Practical small amps, I think $400 or $500. You know, I'm in love with the big orange amps. By the way, this is the new version of the AD200 with a new output transformer. That's the heavy stuff. I love that. If they sent me one, I will check out the high gain version of this one because the orange high gain, the distortion is special. Boom. SSL is releasing a new audio interface. It has, you see it here, 8 SSL mic pre's and line inputs, additionally 8 analog outputs, 2 ADAT connectors, so 16 ins and outs, 2 headphone outputs and monitor control. And additionally, they are releasing like an extension with 8 channels in-out conversion from analog to ADAT and back. And they can be combined, so they all pop up, if you show this, in this wonderful software up here. Pretty cool if you ask me. We have come to the most important booth of the entire show. Look at this beauty. This beast. There it is, the Carnivore, my upcoming signature speaker that I'm releasing with Eminence this summer. I just spent a whole week in Kentucky fine-tuning this thing and it sounds amazing. Come here on Saturday to the Eminence booth, either at 11 or at 3 p.m. and you can meet me, have a beer with me, have fun with me, and check out this lovely beast, Carnivore. Austrian Audio have a very sexy looking large diaphragm condenser microphone.
This is right. That's the OCS10.
And he's here to tell me more.
The OCS10 was designed with the solo artist in mind. So be it a singer or instrumentalist, for the people playing the solo instrument, this is the microphone. Based on our CKR12 capsule.
Ah, so it's the same?
It's the same capsule. Actually, we use the top 10% of the capsule, so even narrow the tolerance is a bit down. Would not be absolutely necessary, but if you are going for the premium mic, you get the premium capsules.
Okay.
We've given the capsule a bit more room here, so we really have no reflections at all. And we also did a total new electronic circuitry in here. Expensive components, but it's really worth the money because it brings out the pristine quality of the capsule even better.
Everything, the whole construction looks really nice.
The nice thing is we have also with this microphone, we have a pad switch here, we have a high pass filter here, and we have also the pattern switch here. You will notice that we also have this little symbol here that you might know already with the 2 cardioids, because we have 2 membranes here, and you can actually route out the second output for the second membrane, and it's a full-size XLR. No 5-pole cable that you can't find when you badly need it.
I gotta say that happened to me as well. Yeah.
It happened to everybody. I know that. So yeah, you can do that, and then you can load our plugin from our website and fiddle with the polar patterns after the recording. Also, we have given it this nice suspension here. With this elastomer material, very durable, holding it very good, and we have a ball joint in the back, and I need to give you that for a second because I need to demonstrate that. If you're recording some instrument and you need some strange positions, all that is possible without any additional hardware. You have you covered on that one.
I gotta say, no matter how this mic actually sounds, it makes you look very important, right? It looks really impressive. Everybody, this is the OCS10.
Yeah.
Beautiful, thank you very much.
Will be available in the second quarter of this year.
Okay.
Will retail for roughly $3,000 US.
Nice and sexy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm here at the Hiwatt booth, and as you might know, I'm very much into classic Hiwatt distortion, especially if you crank the power amps and if you blend it with a more modern metal guitar tone. I do that very often with my custom 200 or something. I've got one of the big ones. But now Hiwatt are releasing a high gain amp, a very affordable high gain amp.
Correct, yes.
The super high 50.
That's right.
Tell us more.
Okay, so A few years ago, we came out.
close.
Sorry. A few years ago, we came out with the custom super high, which is the hand-wired version. It's essentially a custom 50 that we sent over to Mike Fortin, and he hot-rodded the hell out of it, turned it into a gain monster. Now we're releasing a more affordable version, which we're going to do as a 30 watt and a 50 watt, and these will be available in early March.
And how much are they?
So this will be retailing at approximately $1,500, and this is going to be around $1,100, I think.
Okay, that means that's PCB, but you still make the fancy one,
We
which
still
is
make the hand-wired stuff, yeah, to the exact same spec as way back when. We all of our custom shop stuff is hand-wired to the 1969 schematics.
Okay.
So yeah, we try to stay as faithful as possible to the original designs.
okay. So you got the choice between hand-wired or PCB. More gain coming from Hiwatt. I hope I can check it out very soon. Thank you.
No worries, cheers.
Look where I am, boys and girls, at the Korneff booth with the man himself, and he's got some exciting news for us. Hello,
do.
Dan.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
So far, so good.
Excellent.
First day of Namm. My voice. I haven't lost my voice yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
It's coming.
But this is. I'm really excited. This is awesome. So you're bringing back the original Shure level lock,
Level lock compressor.
the
exactly.
most nasty compressor ever, probably.
Yeah. They originally meant it to be some sort of like public address protection system with low distortion and very clean and transparent. Obviously, that was
didn't
not
work.
true. That was some marketing, marketing talk that they did. But yeah, it's a beast. It's completely over the top, crazy beast compressor. And we partnered with Shure and Chad Blake to bring it back in its original form.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
right.
they went for it. That's awesome.
We did it.
So there's a plug-in version and the hardware.
Hardware. So Korneff Audio is doing the plug-in version, and Black Lion is doing the hardware version.
Okay.
And they have a smaller. I don't know if you've been to their booth yet. If you see
No.
it, it's like a little bit bigger than a 500 series box, and it looks amazing.
Okay. It's a mono or a stereo unit?
Mono unit.
Mono unit. It's basically there to destroy things, right?
Yes. Exactly. So now the plug-in, same thing, meant to super destroy things, but we give you the wet-dry blend so you can dial it back. So now you can use it to destroy your drum bus, or you can put it on a vocal. You can use it on acoustic guitar. So it could be subtle, it could be out of control.
And I see there's some pre and post filters, so you can decide what's going into the compression.
Exactly.
Is
This
that-
was Chad Blake's favorite thing.
Is that sidechain filtering or?
So that's not sidechain filter. We have sidechain EQ up here. So now you can adjust a full EQ of reducing or increasing. So if you can make it really pump, or you can dial it back or use it as a de-esser if you really want to.
Wow. So we have sidechain filters, we have audio filters, pre-compression, post-compression, we have a mix knob. Open up a whole new world of versatility, right?
Exactly. And now to take it the next step. So that covers the basics, and of course we give you all the extra stuff on the back to deal with. So now you can control transformer impedance on the input and output. You can adjust the microphone load to simulate different microphones plugged into this. You can adjust the release times with your capacitor and your resistor. And of course the simulated battery drain to turn this into a fuzz box.
Nice.
This is my favorite button.
I'm sure I'm gonna love this because I'm using his, what is it called, talkback compressor
limiter.
all the time.
On drums.
All the time. I still don't understand what those switches are doing, but I just wiggle around, but I use it all the time. So I'm sure I'm gonna love this.
I'm sure you
Send
will
it
too.
over.
I will.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am here at the Lichtlärm booth. They make some cool pedals and cool amps, but the main reason for coming here is this. The Germans have the beer, so let's do this. My first beer, it's 1 p.m. Doesn't matter. Prost. Yeah. I know. By American standards, it's actually okay. You've got a really fancy looking pedal here.
Yeah, this is the new thing. It's basically the gain staging from the Prometheus in a pedal. So you have like a distortion and overdrive tube-based, running on 350 volts. So it's doing all the tube magic and can turn every clean amp into a metal machine.
Wow. Okay. But it is basically the full preamp of the Prometheus.
It's like four tube gain stages. If you have it in the green setting, which is the overdrive setting, it's 3 gain stages, which works great in front of an already overdriven amp,
Wow.
which you can push like infinite gain stages basically, and still keep it like all tube.
And it looks fancy.
Yeah,
Love the
I mean, this
design.
is the prototype, so we will have this switch as a foot switch to have like 2 gain settings available.
Okay.
Just make it more flexible.
How much is it gonna be roughly?
I have no idea, to be honest. Like, it's gonna be around 300, maybe 350.
Yeah.
Because tubes are fucking expensive nowadays.
And it runs on
12 volts, but
12 volts.
but it turns the 12 volts into 350.
Oh, okay.
There's a switched mode power supply, so you need 12 volts, 1 amp basically. So it draws a lot of power, but it just sounds way better. Like those Starf tube designs where a tube is like on 9 volts. It's like, come on. Looks cool, but sounds
Right.
like shit.
Can you send one over?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I still owe you an amp.
I'm still waiting for all that
like
stuff.
speakers.
You know. You always.
We talked about the speakers. Now you have your own, so you don't need that anymore.
Right, have more. I check out your speaker, you check out my speaker,
Let's
right?
do it.
And but yeah, he always promises a lot of stuff, but the only thing I got so far is a beer.
I mean,
But that's, I mean, better than nothing. Lichtlärm. Look at this magic. Look where we are. Pasadena at the headquarters, the workshop of AEA Microphones, because, you know, a Namm booth is so noisy.
Yeah, we just decided to drive up real quick, come up here, and mere 45-minute drive.
I'm here with Joey. What's your title again?
R&D engineer.
R&D engineer. And they've got some really fantastic new products here. Why didn't you introduce them?
All right, we'll start with my baby, the N28. This is a compact, active stereo ribbon microphone with a brand new motor design. We talked a lot about motor designs last time we hung out.
Yeah.
It felt like 11 months ago.
By the way, there's a lovely video you might want to watch. We'll put a link up here where he walked me around. Check it out.
Yes. So this is a completely new design. It's the most similar ribbon design to like our KU4, but it has a little bit different ribbon, and it's in bidirectional, of course, not cardioid.
Yeah.
And it has the dog bone motor design. So it sounds completely different, but
It is a stereo mic like
It's a
the
stereo
famous
mic.
R88.
exactly.
It's not replacing the R88.
It's a, you know, if you like the R88, you're gonna like this as well. You're gonna want to get both.
Everybody likes the R88.
Yeah, but it's very different.
Okay.
This is more of a mid-forward with a really good transient response. It's got a much smaller ribbon than the 88.
So it's faster?
Yeah, it's really quick. And it's got a different transformer, different buffer amp. The buffer amp sounds the same. We did a listening test, but transformer, it's a little bit different. It's got a small 1:89 toroidal transformer rather than the large 1:110 in the actives or the cinematics and the passives. And it's very maneuverable, which is sort of like the specialty of this. It's nondescript. It's very it can blend in on a stage or on it doesn't. It's not obtrusive in a recording studio session.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I like the R88, sometimes it can be a bit much.
Yeah, especially with the mount on it.
Yeah.
We just want we want people recording stereo ribbon mics because Blumline ribbon mics, figure 8 is just nothing like that sort of naturalness and openness.
Oh yeah, but you can also use it in mono. There's another video here that I just recently filmed where I was recording acoustic guitar with an R88, like in mono.
Just one side of it, or you just monoed?
Just one side of it.
Yeah,
just one side of it.
Because you could do either, but yeah,
worked great. So this, like in a nutshell, is a more modern version of the R88, like more mid-forward, more highs, faster, less traditional.
It's less traditional than just the classic big ribbon design like we have. I don't know if I would say more modern. I mean, they're just both. I love them both so much. How can you choose?
I'll check it out very soon. I'll show you how it sounds.
Yes.
I am at the Seymour Duncan booth, and they are releasing a new bass amp, the Power Stage Bass 700 watts amp. And what's cool about it is that it has an additional distortion, like a pedal inbuilt. So you not only have a gain on the preamp, but additionally you can switch in some dangle distortion. You have 2 parametric, half parametric mid bands, which is really helpful, and 700 watts of sheer power. Anything I've forgotten? Headphone out, and you have an aux in so you can play along to whatever the fuck you want. And it's very light. Check it out.
Okay, I warned you. I told you about this microphone. This is the Mojave Audio MAD. This is an incredible dynamic microphone.
I'm a 57 guy for guitars.
Well, okay, so we got to talk because, you know, they've used that old design.
Say hello to Dave Royer.
Dave Royer. They've used that old design for God knows how many years.
Okay.
And yeah, I get it. When those old PA systems were designed, that curve worked for them.
Yeah.
David Royer actually designed this to work with modern equipment.
Okay.
It has a completely different curve. It's amazing. So I urge you to take those two mics that we've discussed you having and to put them on guitar cabinets, and you tell us what you think of them.
I will. And I'll be honest.
And then when you're done with that, you can try the wireless version of it.
Wow, there's even a okay.
There's even a wireless. So we want to get into that shit as well.
So you're using this for guitars, drums as well?
For everything.
For everything.
I'll tell you the best story about that microphone is we were recording an album to tape in my studio to 24 track.
Yeah.
And the singer decided he wanted to get going and get in with the band and do a little demo vocal. I had the prototype of this mic. And so we just did a scratch demo with the rest of the band, and guess what? He kept it.
Turned out to be,
That's what he kept for the album. So
awesome.
It's a very impressive mic.
Okay.
And that's all there is to it. I don't want to hear any other shit.
No, Colin's going to send me a pair to Germany. I'm going to check it out. Soon to be heard on this channel. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Boom. In case you are coming to Namm and you want to hear an Atmos surround mix, many people have never experienced that, now you can. We are here at the Audient booth where they have a booth inside the booth with a full Atmos setup. Follow me. Bunch of, I think, PMC speakers, the Aurea as the interface, if I'm not mistaken. So come to the Audient booth and experience Atmos. Already last year at Namm, I stumbled over this guitar design. What a beautiful shape. And I'm rather conservative here. This is Sully from Sully Guitars.
Hi.
Tell us more about this wonderful
Sure. So this
beauty.
model, this is our flagship model, the 71 Trella. And this was my answer to what didn't work for me with the classic American single cut.
Okay.
I don't need to say their name. And I've had a few of those over during my life, and they were all fine guitars.
Yeah.
But I eventually learned that short scale doesn't work for me. I prefer 25 and a half. So then I got to work. So it's a faster neck, but it's still comfortable. We use stainless steel frets. The neck joint, as you see, is far more comfortable. You got upper fret access. It looks good.
It's thinner, right?
It is thinner, yeah. So it's a little bit lighter. It looks good, sounds good, gets out of your way.
And I love the shape.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I gotta say that. Reminds me a little bit of my Fernandez in a softer version.
There's a lot of things like, but if you go back and look at it, you're like, oh, you know.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
So I spent 4 years actually living with this design before I made one. I made the first sketch in 2009.
Wow.
Made the first one in 2013, and we've been refining since then.
You do mostly custom work?
Yeah. Well, so we do have our U.S. customs that are built in our shop. We're in Texas. We also have an import line that is made in Korea called the Conspiracy Series. Oh. So we try and do a little bit.
Same shape?
Same shapes. Oh, yeah, all of our shapes. All of those guitars come to me in Texas, and I go through every single one of them to make sure that they play as well as these do, because, you know, that's kind of the point.
Where do the Korean models start, this one, like price-wise?
The Conspiracy Series guitars are generally around $14.99 US. And it's a lot of the same features. They'll have stainless steel frets, they'll have lumen lake glow in the dark side markers, use a lot of the same hardware. They'll use the Korean versions of our pickups.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that if someone is playing one of our guitars, that it is every bit as good as it can be. Okay. And that's very, very, very important to me.
I'm going to start with the Korean one, I think. My wife liked it too, by the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am here at the Heritage Audio booth, and they got two very exciting new products. First of all, this is the heaviest 500 module that I've ever held in my hand, a mic pre with a lot of iron. What is this?
This is the 312L, which is a really hefty preamp with over 90 dBs of gain available, so you would not even need to use a booster or anything. You know, some preamps are a little bit light, and you need to give them a little bit extra. This has got all the dBs you're going to ever need.
It even says
and it's,
SM7 mode.
Yeah, because that's kind of a notorious mic in terms of it's really hungry. It really needs a lot of dBs to get the best out of it. You're going to get the best out of it with one of these. And then we got our own proprietary import transformer, as well as a Cinemag output transformer, as well as our own proprietary OP amp as well, which, as I mentioned before, is completely footprint compatible
with APIs.
Yeah, so you can place and switch these back and forth.
So that means this is an American-inspired mic pre, right?
This is our American-flavored preamp, we could say.
Really cool.
Fantastic sound.
Great components. I hope to check it out.
Hope so, man. We'd love to hear your opinion, what you think of it.
I'll let you know. And we've got more, something I've never seen before, a headphone amp. I'll try to describe it, okay?
Go.
Where you can match the output impedance to the impedance of your headphones?
Exactly. So depending on what kind of headphones you're using, you can perfectly match it, so it's a perfect marriage in terms of the output and what that headphone is expecting to receive.
That makes it sound better.
An impedance load.
And that makes the
it's going to optimize
better.
it. In terms of volume, the quality, the ratio of quality volume is going to be optimized.
Okay.
Minimal distortion. We really kind of like try to poke our toe into the pools of audiophiles here, as well as mixing and mastering engineers, where you're going to want the best possible quality.
Sure. And what I like about it, you have several inputs, unbalanced and balanced, but you also have a Bluetooth antenna.
Yes, exactly.
Which means I can use my studio headphones with any Bluetooth source, right?
Yeah, so if someone shows up and they need to you can shoot out a track. You do have to select, obviously, the device on here. You hold down the reset button so it recognizes it. But once that's good to go, you got anything you're sending out through Bluetooth coming on that. But not only that, you can also consider this a 2-in-1 product, because you can use this as a Bluetooth receiver because it has these through outputs on the back as well.
Okay. Just send it wherever you want.
Send it on to wherever you might need to.
Great. Prices for the preamp and the headphone amp?
I believe this is about $350. This is, I think, $499. This is $199. And then the interfaces, we haven't spoken about those, but they each have their price.
Affordable stuff. I'll check it out.
And high quality, more than affordable, it's high quality.
High quality affordable. So
right.
Whatever. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm once again here with my favorite Finnish dude from Amphion. This is Anssi, and he's got some exciting news, right?
Yes, it can be exciting even if you do old stuff in a new package.
Right. What you got?
First, 4-way Amphion system, and in this case, 4 is more. We have the 125A on top of 2 flexes, which we run, flex bases, which we run in mono mode. So, interesting system. You actually have the best of both worlds. You have the detail, speed,
of a near field,
imaging of a near field, but then of course you also have, because you have 3 10-inch, long throw 10-inch to the side, you have
it's like a main speaker.
You have this pressure and authority of a big system, which you never get. For example, the mains, you never have this kind of speed. You never have this kind of combination of imaging and emotional pressure.
Okay, that's nice. Check them out. 4 is more.
In this case, yes, it is.
Welcome to the Harrison Audio booth. They have just released the classic Harrison channel strip from the 32C console. And what I like about channel strips is it feels like having a real channel on a console. So not only do you have a mic pre and an equalizer, you have filters, you have a dedicated line input that you can switch. I really like that. So you can, connect your Kemper output or any other line device and your microphone and switch between them. You have a switchable insert, which is so nice to have. You've got dedicated high and low pass filters, and they sound really smooth. And I'm actually a big fan of the Harrison EQ. I have the 500 module and I've worked on the console. So I have no idea how much this is, but looks great. I recently got an email from Slipknot's front of house mixer Bob, and he told me you have to go to this booth to see the amazing gear from Hungary, from Gainlab.
Yeah.
And here I am, and they have just released a stereo saturation distortion box.
Yes, we call it Wizard. Thank you for introducing. The Wizard is a stereo unit. It's a tube saturation unit, which having huge amount of function for coloring your source. We have an input section here. We have an equalizer section at the black part.
Cool.
A three-way equalizer, so for lows and mids and highs. We have a mid-band.
Semi-parametric?
It's a semi-parametric, definitely. It's easy to control, really. It looks a bit like a guitar amplifier, isn't it?
Nice, I like it. Chicken head pods, I like it.
Yeah.
And it can be switched off.
If you don't like it, you switch it off, and you can check if you like what you have done.
So first you have a gain stage for saturation, then it goes into the EQ.
Yes, it goes to EQ, and then comes the important part, the tubes itself.
Okay.
We have two interesting buttons here. The first one is biasing the tube itself, so the harmonic structure, how it works, and how you work with the tube itself. You are defining here how much harmonic distortion will come out at the end of the unit.
Character of the distortion.
Yes. We have another button here. The feed is about the balance of the original signal and the harmonic distortion itself.
Okay.
So with these two things, you can blend the sound in a really interesting way. As in addition, you have the equalizer, to focus your things.
Okay.
And the final thing, which is really nice, we have a Vermu compressor at the end.
Wow.
It's a true Vermu compressor.
Wow.
But the ultimate setup. It works really well on drum bass. It works really well on bass guitar.
And I just have less and more? That's what?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
For stupid people like me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Less or more, and the final stage for gain makeup. Yeah.
Amazing. I want to check it out. We can never have enough distortion, right? So, Gainlab, cool stuff.
Thank you.
That was a wonderful yet exhausting day. And now we have come back to the hotel. It's already late. And now it's video editing time. Because we want to get the video out for you tomorrow morning, right? But look at this. So all I got is half a Subway sandwich. And this is for my assistant. He gets a six-pack of Coors Light. And I get a six-pack of Budweiser. That's all we can afford. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment. Let me know which gear you enjoyed. You find links to all the gear down below. And please don't forget that you can meet me tomorrow on Saturday at the Eminence booth at 11 or 3 p.m. to talk about whatever you want. Have a beer with me, and I'll present you my wonderful carnivore speaker. Thanks for watching. That's all for today. See you at Namm. Bye-bye.